Hello there, and welcome to my first YouTube video. So I'm sorry that I'm holding my microphone, but I do not have a proper setup right now, so we're just gonna have to make do with my phone and a microphone. But I feel like this is way more authentic. I feel closer to you guys, because I'm not like this big process YouTuber. I'm someone that you can trust. I'm not gaining anything from making these reviews at all. I just want you all to have happy, healthy, moisturized, non-sun damaged skin for the rest of your lives. So I wanted to start my channel off nice and strong by doing a compromised, in-depth, detailed look into a brand that not many people know, but I have seen on Instagram and has a fair following and is actually promoted by a fair few people. There is a skincare company called Empathy Skincare. Now, I'd just like to preface this entire video by saying I am not ripping into Empathy at all. I am not saying that the brand as a whole are a bad brand. They are vegan, cruelty-free. Majority of the products that I like don't have any alcohol in them. So they are, as a brand, pretty good. But the thing is I think that they are doing a lot of the things that some of the bigger skincare brands are doing, and adding things that I personally don't think are good for the face. Now, before we even get into any of that, I am not a licensed esthetician or dermatologist, and to quote one of my favourite YouTubers, Hiram, I will never ever ever claim to be to you guys. I'm not. I never plan on actually doing a course in anything like that, so I never will be. But I am a skincare enthusiast, and I do a lot of research before I promote anything and before I put anything on my face, because I love my face so much. And that isn't, I'm not like obsessed with myself, but my skin makes me happy, and so I want to look after it. So I wanted to start off by talking about the product that first comes up when you open their shop, and that is their Japanese green tea facial cleanser. Now, do I like this cleanser? Before I even read out the ingredients, I'm going to go ahead and say I think it's alright. I honestly do not mind the ingredients list. I quite like it, actually. There's a lot of things on there that I very much enjoy. Now, there are so many things on there that I enjoy that I'm going to start with the one thing that I don't enjoy. These products are not fragrance free. Pretty much all of them, if not all of them, have fragrance in them. And it is the last thing on the ingredients list. So for things like cleansers and face masks, I think you can get away with it a little bit more because you're actually wiping it off your face. Whereas things that are left to sit on your face, like toners and acne treatments, I really don't think that you have any place putting fragrance in them. And that is my one quip with this entire company, is the fragrance side. I understand that people like fragrance things, but fragrance can be really damaging for your skin. Now, as far as I know, based on what I've read from the website, they claim to not use any chemical fragrance. So they use perfume, and they claim to not use any chemical fragrance from what I found on the site. However, with fragrance, it is very hard to determine whether it's damaging your skin or not. It really does nothing for the skin, having fragrance in your skincare. Nothing at all. And very often it can be irritating and cause dryness and redness and a lot of issues that we just want to avoid. So for that purpose, this would not be a staple in my routine, any of these products. Would I be open to trying them and seeing how they react on my face? Yeah, definitely. I think it's worth trying everything before you knock it. However, I am hesitant just because of the fragrance thing. But Empathy Skincare, if you like this video, which I feel like if you're good at constructive criticism and at compliments, then you're gonna like this video. I really, really want you to come out with some fragrance-free products that I can try, because I would love to promote a small skincare brand, because I think what they're doing is great. I think that getting the word out there and speaking out on skincare is one of the best things we can do. Skincare is a very important thing. It should be one of the staples of your routine, and not a lot of people do it, especially not men and boys. And we want everyone doing it. We want everyone looking after their skin. We want to keep our beautiful, lovely, skin as beautiful and lovely as we can into old age. So I definitely recommend coming out with a fragrance-free line, which I would enjoy so much, and I might even put it into my routine, you never know. So their first product, the Japanese green tea facial cleanser, it starts off with some ingredients that I don't really have opinions on, so they're just kind of basic ones. The first one is deionized aqua, which is basically just water. That's normally the base for cleansers, obviously, because water's a good base for things. And then it has a few other things: sucrose, cocoate, glycerol, stearate, things like that. And then the first thing that I think is worth mentioning that I like is chamomile extract. They have a chamomile flower extract as one of their highest ingredients up. And chamomile is one of the most widely used herbs, especially in skincare. And there are very many reasons why. It is anti-inflammatory and can be great for the skin. However, there is one issue with having chamomile in products, and that is that chamomile is one of the most likely herbs to cause allergic reactions. So I would advise, if you do go out and purchase any of these products, and you're allergic easily to things, test them out on your arms, your wrists, your ankles, somewhere that you can conceal it before putting it all over your face, because good lord, do we not want you breaking out everywhere. That would be horrible. So the next thing is basically aloe vera extract. Now, I love aloe vera. I think everyone loves aloe vera. It's a great moisturizer. It actually is also anti-inflammatory, and it has some antibacterial properties, which means if you're putting it on top of some kind of acne, I wouldn't suggest putting it on open wounds or anything, but it can help heal acne a little bit, which is something that we all want. So that's another good thing. And then the next one down is basically a cucumber extract. Now, cucumber extract has soothing and emollient properties, which is great for the face. Your face is going to feel soothed and cool and nice and cleansed. And it also can be helpful for the skin's acid mantle, which is great. Now, the final really good thing that's in this that I really enjoy is obviously the Japanese green tea. Gotta mention it, it's in the name of the product. The only thing that I'm worried about, and I don't know, I'm not very versed on this, so I don't know how they connect Japanese green tea and how it's put into products and whether it has to be used sparingly for some reason, but you would think that in a Japanese green tea cleanser, it'd be up a little bit higher than the cucumber and the chamomile extract. Now, that could completely just be me not really knowing what I'm talking about, so I'm not even going to comment on it that much, but if you guys do know, like, if I'm chatting random shit, or if that's like a general concern, chuck it in the comments and I will respond to them. But Japanese green tea has active parts called polyphenols, or more precisely catechins, and these are great for anti-aging and for skin diseases. So if you have things like rosacea, then more than likely things that are formulated with Japanese green tea are going to be better for your skin, and that is something that scientific researchers have looked into. Now, the greatest thing that I found about this cleanser is that it's alcohol free. Some types of alcohol aren't as drying and damaging as others. Cetyl alcohol and cetyl alcohol are kind of ones that are a bit more accepted because they aren't as drying and as damaging and you know, that kind of thing. But I don't use any alcohol in my skincare. I avoid it as much as possible because I find that all kinds of alcohol dry me out, which is just a me problem. But if you find that your skin gets dry very easily, I'd avoid majority of alcohol products. If there's cetyl alcohol or cetyl alcohol and it's further down on the list, then I'd say go for it. Try it out. You never know until you try the product. So the next product that is on their list is a Japanese green tea facial toner. I do not use a specific toner. I used a glycolic toner for a little while, but I've now swapped out to using a salicylic acid for morning and night, because I found that the glycolic toner was starting to burn my face. And that's nothing against the product that I was using. I think that I was just a bit misguided in how I was using it, and that kind of messed it up a little bit for me. So I don't use a toner, but this Japanese green tea facial toner actually has some stuff that I'm alright with. Majority of stuff I'm alright with, and again, the thing that I don't like about it is that it has perfume, fragrance, which is the worst thing, because toner stays on your face. You don't wash toner off, so it's just going to sit on your face, and fragrance for me, as I said, whether it be chemical or natural, causes irritation. So some of the things that are in this toner, the first thing is glycerin, and it is the second product on the list, which means it's a very high percentage. I like glycerin. I really do. Glycerin is a great product in especially moisturizers, and in this toner it is going to help moisturize and treat dry skin, which is perfect for a green tea facial toner. So glycerin's very high up, and then we also have cucumber extract, more chamomile extract, more aloe vera in that order, and then the green tea. And then there are two other products that haven't ingredients that I haven't mentioned before that I do like from this product, which are hydrolyzed wheat protein, which has moisturizing and film forming properties, but it's normally used in hair care. I actually won't comment on that because I don't know how commonly it's used in skincare, but I've only really heard it used in hair care, so that might just be something that I need to research. And then allantoin, who knows? Is a common soothing ingredient with skin softening properties, and can also promote wound healing, similar to aloe vera. And then the final thing is obviously fragrance, which I'm still not here for. Now, the next moisturizer, I'm going to skip over the mask and do that last, even though that's like the next thing on their list. The reason being is because I found that their two moisturizers are formulated basically exactly the same, with the main helping ingredients and nothing else that really sets them apart, other than like a few other ingredient changes. Now, that could just be because there are some ingredients in there that I don't know personally that are for specific things that I just don't understand, or it could be because it's just formulated essentially the same. So if the brand does want to reach out to me to ask about this review or anything, I'd really love an explanation on that. Even if it is just something as simple as saying like, oh, you skipped out this ingredient, this is what makes it the way that it is. And I totally get that. I'm as I said, I am not licensed. I don't know everything. I am going on this journey with you guys. I just do a little bit more research. So with the pH balancing moisturizer, the second product is aloe vera again, but this one is specifically organic aloe leaf juice instead of aloe vera extract, which means that it's going to be slightly more moisturizing, and it's going to be more, of a moisturizer than a treatment. Next is palm oil, and boy, do I have a lot to say about palm oil. As an ingredient, I don't mind it. But palm oil is a unreliable oil. Palm oil is bad for the environment. It has contributed to deforestation, because the only way to extract palm oil is to destroy the things around it to get to it. Now, that is one of the reasons I will not be purchasing any kind of moisturizer from this brand. I am happy to try out their cleanser and their toner and even some of their spot treatments, but I will not be using their moisturizer for the purpose of not wanting to promote anything that is going to contribute towards issues in the environment. And that is just a me thing. If that's something that you're willing to look past, then totally go for it. But personally, that will never be something I can look past. And that is not the brand's fault. That is if that is just how they formulate their products, sometimes it is just how it is, because that's how they find is best to formulate their products, and that is not my business to talk on. But I personally will not be purchasing purely for the fact that they use palm oil in the moisturizer. The next thing is cetyl alcohol, which I talked about. It's a non-drying kind of alcohol that's often found in a product to help smooth skin, just make everything feel very like smooth and nice. Then we have Helianthus anus, which is like sunflower. It's a great emollient to keep the skin smooth and enhances the damaged or irritated skin barrier, which is something that we really want to do. We always want to be looking after our skin barrier and keep it nice. And that is one of the most important things that we can do, is look after our skin barrier. Then is shea butter, which is a great moisturizer and a good emollient and is very rich in antioxidants. Then we have jojoba oil, which I use on my cuticles, and it does miracles. It's so moisturizing, really nice. It's said to have skin balancing properties, especially for oily skin, and it makes the skin soft and supple, so that's perfect. Vitamin B5 is a good moisturizer. And then we have alcohol. Alcohol is icky. I don't like alcohol in skincare products, especially skincare products that are going to be sitting. I got cut off, so here is me attempting to sew together 2 videos. As far as I know, I was up to talking about vitamin B5, and then there's alcohol. I mentioned that I don't like things sitting on my skin. The same goes for alcohol. Now, this is in a moisturizer, which makes me even more upset with it, because alcohol is going to dry you out. You know, that's what alcohol does. So if you're trying to get moisturized, you don't really want to be dried out at all, which can be a bit of an issue. So there's going to be a bit of a problem there. I just personally can't justify it, especially because it comes before some ingredients that I really like. There's alcohol, and then it goes alcohol, retinol, which is good for anti-aging, lecithin, which is an emollient and a water-binding ingredient and is really good for stabilizing the skin, then the green tea, and then the fragrance, which we're not even going to discuss because I already told you how I feel about that. Now, the blue light defense cream, I went into what I could with it. Like, I looked into the ingredients that I knew about. I'm obviously never going to comment on anything that I have no clue about, but there definitely could be ingredients in here that change the ingredients list up a lot that I just don't know that much about. So I'd love to learn more about that, and if the brand does reach out to me, this will definitely be something I'll ask them. It has aloe leaf juice, palm oil, glycerin, cetyl alcohol, shea butter, jojoba oil, vitamin B5, alcohol, retinol, lecithin, green tea, and perfume. And obviously I told you all about those in the other moisturizer. Now, the face mask that they have is a turmeric brightening mask with saffron stem cells. And the second highest ingredient that is in aqua is kaolin clay. I like kaolin clay. It's absorbent, it sucks up excess sebum and other gunk from the skin. It's less drying than any other mask ingredient, and it's fairly gentle considering what it is. So if you are going to use a mask, something with kaolin clay is probably your best bet. Then we have glycerin, which I've already spoken about. Now we have ceteryl alcohol, not cetyl alcohol. They're 2 different things. I'll write them here. Cetyl. Cetyl alcohol can make the body and face soft and typically does not dry you out. However, I've had issues with cetyl alcohol in the past, so I personally don't even dabble with it anymore because it dries me out. But that could personally just be my skin, and if you're still willing to try it, that's something I'd definitely say that you need to explore yourself. The next thing is zinc gluconate, which has proved to be effective against inflammatory acne and is also antibacterial, which is going to be great for anti-backing your acne and making sure that it isn't getting any bacterial infections. Then there is copper gluconate, which is great for promoting cellular regeneration and wound healing. Then we have rosemary extract, which is a potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory with antibacterial, astringent, and toning properties, which is great. Then we have tocopherols, which is another great antioxidant with vitamin C and vitamin E and has emollient properties. And then we have perfume, which I've made very clear I don't like. So their final oh no, not final product. Oh, there's two. I was wrong. Now, there's one product that I skipped over, which is a body cream, and I do want to talk about body lotions at some point, but I'd rather not have it in a product where I'm in a video where I'm specifically talking about the skincare side of things, so I'm not gonna add it in here. Their next two products are an anti-blemish spot treatment and an advanced complexion renewal dry oil, which I'm intrigued by. The anti-blemish spot treatment has witch hazel. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about witch hazel. Do I like witch hazel? No. Not really. I don't mind it as much in products, because it's diluted very often, and obviously there's all the other different things that are helping it, and, you know, it's not purely on its own. But I have seen a fair few people using witch hazel on its own to tone their face. Please don't. Please don't put pure witch hazel on your face. It can cause irritation and damage, and especially for people who have acne. And just please don't put pure witch hazel on your skin. Ever. Ever. I don't know everything about it, so you're best to go and watch a video of like Skincare by Hyram or What's on V's Face, and try and find one. I know for certain that Skincare by Hyram has spoken about this specifically, so I definitely do believe that. I cut off again. I definitely do believe that this is something very important that he has talked about. The next thing is organic willow bark, which contains anti-inflammatory natural salicylates and can have antiseptic properties, which is good. That's another great product. And then we have aloe leaf juice, again, which is great for keeping the skin moisturized. And finally, the only other product that I found that was really that interesting was Gotcha Cola, which is... It improves small wounds and is well-known anti-inflammatory agent for eczema. So this is something that is used to actually treat specific skin issues, specifically eczema, which is a good product. Do I think that I'd use this specifically for my spots? Probably not, because I as you can see, I get breakouts, but I have a fairly solid routine that gets rid of them pretty easy, so I've never had to specifically use a spot treatment, ever. And finally is the Advanced Complexion Renewal Dry Oil. It has sunflower seed oil, which I've already spoke about, bran oil, which nourishes and moisturizes the skin, and it's also an antioxidant and has vitamin E. Rosehip oil, which is a nice emollient with moisturizing, skin nourishing qualities, which is already good. They're ticking off all my list points. Argan kernel oil, which some people even call like the gold treasure. It is nourishing, moisturizing, and contains a large amount of antioxidant vitamin E. Then sea buckthorn fruit oil is moisturizing and skin protecting and contains the antioxidant superstar vitamin E again. So there's lots of vitamin E in this product. And can you take a wild guess at what the next listing is? Vitamin E, which has emollient properties and is a primary antioxidant for the skin. And then finally is fragrance. But overall, do I like this brand? Not as something I'd use. I'm gonna get cut off again. This video is gonna be a mess because it's all cut up into bits. But basically, my overall review of this is I kind of like the brand. I mean, I think they have a good view on skincare and they stand for good things. Do I believe that that makes them a good brand? No. Will I stick with them? Probably not. But I really hope you guys liked this and enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.